What is up, DTube, Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about the latest update, DTube 0.9, and I saw this update when I went to the Steam blockchain today. It was posted 2 hours ago, and it has some very interesting information inside of it. So I started a new journey around 2 years ago, January 2018. My friend told me about Steam blockchain early January 2018. That's soon 1.5 years ago. We're getting up to 2 years ago. And my first impressions of the Steam blockchain, it was DTube. And that basically made me realize this is a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift because finally you have some form of competitor to YouTube. And I already started 2015 to look for this. Some alternative. I started to look 2015, maybe even 2014. I was starting to look at it as, why is there no competitor to YouTube? Why is there nobody which is doing this? And a lot of it had to do that the technology wasn't here. It still was very expensive to do stuff, and it still is. But now with more sharing technologies, with price reduction in a lot of technology, with more storage sharing, with blockchain technology, it basically, a few years later, 2015, 2018, finally I found what I was looking for. And that was my impression of the Steam blockchain. It was DTube. It was that, for me, doing online videos since 2007. 2007 was when I first uploaded my first video on the internet. It was summer 2007. It was a video on how to download YouTube videos. The reason why video always fascinated me was because there's a lot of weight behind video. There's a lot of value behind video. There's a lot of excitement about video. And so my main experience of the Steam blockchain has been video platforms. We had last year, we have DLive also, which went away. They decided in many ways to ditch this place and sort of just focus on live streaming, which is another niche. The thing that I like with the DTube niche is that it mainly, sure, it has live stream and gaming, but the main thing I like with DTube is it is, for me at least, it's mainly a focus on just video content, various kinds of video content, and not just playing a game kind of video content. And I sort of feel that the main video content, that there is so much weight behind it. There is so much value generation you can create, which has not been explored. And this update, which will experiment with having their own blockchain, having their own DTube coin, it gets quite interesting. So my first impression with uploading a video on the Steam blockchain, it was, the experience that I sort of felt was, when you got an upvote, it was weight behind the vote. I think it means more for video creators to get upvotes, because I think in many ways doing videos takes more effort many times. It is more accountability. There really is more accountability many times. So an upvote on video content, I think for most content creators that does video, it means it has so much more weight behind it. While I see that on much other content, people start to see it as a return on investment game. It's almost as they see it as a business. While I think that there's some way larger thing going on with video and many video creators. There's so much more information. There is so much more. It's not just the internet is not just information. I mean, yeah, you can say it in many ways, but I think the video attaches human relationships, so humans can create networks much easier. And I think this is a very, very big thing that plays a big role in this. And that it doesn't, it's really hard for in just comments for stuff to be expressed and to not be misunderstood. For example, YouTube, the issue there, the comment system, you can't even enable it if you have many followers because there's no governance system. And this is what I realized also when you had a big YouTube channel. If you have 1 million followers, there is no way to govern that in a good way because it needs to be on something like a blockchain. You need to have better governed systems in place, or it just creates a very feudalistic system where you have one guy at the top and then everyone else is just consumers, right? And it's a very weird thing. It's very weird. So this update is very, very interesting because I always felt that the brand and the sort of division seems to be more proper aligned with DTube than the main Steam blockchain, which now it is very confusing. Two of the leaders sort of went away. It's kind of weird. So the Steam token was never really meant, it seems, to be used as a utility token. It was, first of all, Ninja Mind. It's kind of weird. So it was never really a good utility token to earn. So it makes sense to have a real utility token. And I have not read fully because I saw that the blockchain, I want to go over it more because it's more in depth. I want to go over it more in depth and see, but it seems to be where it should go. It seems to be where it should go. Something that I've been thinking about is that a token system, it needs to work as a rubber band effect, where it needs to be incentive to hold something. It needs to be rewards for activity. It needs to work as a rubber band. For example, the main Steam token, there really is no incentive to stake it or to hold it. There is no incentive because there is no activity or reputation rewards. So and for example, with how Steam works at the moment, there really is no rewards for someone, or more rewards for someone that's way more active. Passiveness there's a lot of passiveness that is being rewarded with the main interfaces that people communicate with the Steam blockchain. And so this update is quite interesting. It had a lot of stuff inside of it. I have done videos on other interesting DTube updates, and the other team that I love. So the main things in this update is, for example, you don't have to even make your own video. You can share other people's videos, and you have this blockchain, you have this DTube coin. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here, and the other team that I love is Steam Hunt on the Steam blockchain. But it's also when I look at Steam Hunt, I wonder, is there enough weight behind just reviews, or can an AI do this instead? Same as when I see most articles on the Steam blockchain, I sort of feel that, wait a second, an AI can do this. They can probably write better or something like that. But when it comes to video, it's very hard to, or you can truly make original stuff there. I mean, we are not really there yet where we can replace a human talking. And yes, I know you do have some fake videos and deep fakes and all of this, but at least we know right now that video has a lot of weight. It has a lot of weight behind it. If something is truly original, you can see it quite fast, which is very, very interesting. So I'm very excited to see this update and this experiment, because I mean, this is the main DTube is basically the main interest, I think, on the Steam blockchain right now, because I think any system, if you need some kind of direction or vision, and if I look at the main Steam blockchain, I don't really see. It's very confusing right now because there is no clear leader. There is not even a vision about what to do next. And there is also, there's a lot of awkward things that I think, there's a lot of stuff that never gets clarified in text content. But in videos, when people do videos, stuff gets clarified quite fast. It's easier to see where a person is, what they're thinking about. It's easier to relate. So this update is interesting. And as I said in other videos, I think in the future, video and many platforms, and especially video-based blockchains that have good leadership, it's going to be the main stuff going on the internet. That's going to be the main value systems. I mean, we see it with people who own TVs. Why do they own TVs? Because they don't want to read. They don't want to read most stuff. They want to look at something interesting. Video is interesting. And there are many teams that are gonna try to do some kind of YouTube competitor with the blockchain and stuff like that, but I think most of them will fail because you need competence. First you need someone that truly understands blockchains, and then you need great leadership in terms of they sort of understand what kind of roles people should play, because people have different roles, and you need great tech to back stuff up. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on here, which is very interesting. So utility tokens. I mean, okay, we look at this crypto space right now, and I think, I mean, There's only a few utility tokens. I mean, for a token to really have incentive to hold it, I mean, you really need a clever model. And the main thing that model needs is great value. And to be honest, most content that is being produced is very low effort, to be honest. Especially when tech moves or improves. So it's going to be interesting to follow this project, and it's the main reason why I still do stuff on the Steam blockchain, to basically follow this project to see where it's going to go. That's going to be very exciting. It's the same as, I mean, we've been seeing Instagram right now. They're mainly moving towards video right now. Nobody wants really photos. Nobody is that interested in text. People are interested in realness, in seeing humans, not just static images. It's the same reason why Telegram, they have this system now where you can share GIFs. Oh, and it becomes more real. It's something that's moving around. GIFs are fun. And it allows people to express themselves in systems that are more, you can communicate in more nuanced ways. And that's the best part about video or some graphical thing that is moving around. So we are going to create systems that are going to be more engaging for us. So it feels more as virtual reality. Because we're really moving towards virtual reality. Virtual reality is the future. And that's going to have very, very engaging interfaces. For example, what I see happen a lot with just text-based content is people do not really step outside of their comfort zone. And that is the main issue, I think. That there is very little outside of their comfort zone, so they can never really hit something new, exciting. So there's always this, you always need some kind of interesting innovation phase. Or, I mean, people want to follow, people want to follow something interesting. People want to follow interesting projects. People want to follow people that has stake in something, that has something that matters to them, right? Something that matters to them. So I'm really gonna follow this to see how it goes. But I always felt that it sort of seems to be knowing what they're doing. It sort of seems to know. It's just a question of time. That information processing needs to become better. People need to find better, clever, more system or easy, better systems to do things. And yeah, it's interesting. It's very exciting. I mean, I always felt this place, Steam blockchain and DTube. I always felt this was very exciting stuff, and I was always confused why other people wasn't so excited about it, because other people mainly look at it as, I don't know, ROI. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. For example, the way I use the internet right now is mainly video. I mainly want to look at videos. I only use YouTube right now for, I don't know, I let the algo find interesting videos, and then I just stock up on interesting videos, and then I just view that, because I want to see humans. I don't want to see something boring. So, very interesting times. It's nice to see this update. And and it's going to be very exciting to follow utility tokens, see how it goes. Now these days, for example, the reason why I don't upload my vlogs to my main YouTube channel, because I don't want to dilute that place, because that was mainly a channel that I did for smartphones. So I did a new channel for you on YouTube for just vlogs, so I just repost it there. But I know that there's never going to be a good governance system on YouTube, so it's mainly just a place where I just dump some videos, and then so I'm mainly betting on DTube right now, because the world really, I mean, is really important when you look at the global world and sort of like a governance system and a proper video system. It's really, I don't know, it's really interesting to follow, because video is so big key in how it influences so much stuff in this world. I mean, it really plays a big role. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and the systems that we use right now in terms of reward and curation, I mean, they're gonna become so much better, and that's very exciting. It's very exciting how the systems are gonna be better. Their value is gonna flow faster. Value to right places is gonna flow faster, and it's gonna, the main stake then in many ways are gonna become the human. That the human are finding creative ways to stake themselves in something. So we always looked at it as, well, you need to stake some ones and zeros. But if you invest your time and energy into something, you're basically staking yourself. Yeah, and if you show that you stake yourself to other people, they see that, oh, that person is staked, and that's kind of interesting, I think. And I think eventually that is where most stuff is going to go. Even YouTube made it so you could do these small, sort of almost Instagram direct messages, direct videos. It's like whatever value a person wants, it's gonna be right in front of their face. If they want a specific person, and they like especially that person, and they want to consume that person right in front of their face, they will be able to do so. So it's interesting times to be alive. It's very interesting. Especially when everything's going to be a video interface. That's going to be very interesting. Because in many ways I sort of feel that humans sort of, in many ways, they can become adults when they do videos. And it becomes more, I don't know, humans can act more like adults when they're doing videos, because more is staked, more accountability. Yeah, so interesting times. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna watch some football right now. Italy is playing against China. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, have an awesome day, DTube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.